No chance at all. It's just nice to have the freedom to get out and about, Leo. Daddy's managed to unleash life's limitations, as they say.
Jim, first of all, I was asking you a little bit about your situation. Tell us, you're
don't worry about it.
Don't worry about him. He's okay, right? You're wheelchair dependent, yeah. You need to use
a wheelchair. Right, I'm not wheelchair bound, but I'm very limited to how much I can do on sticks because of upper spinal problems and problems with my arms and hands and wrists. So I'm very limited to how far I can walk. So I have to rely on a chair to get me out and about because I am very limited with mobility.
And presumably the sort of conditions that you would find incredibly difficult, snow, sand, etc., those are exactly the situations that a normal wheelchair won't handle.
No, not at all. Like just over Christmas we had that 5 inches of snow. I was housebound until Christmas Eve when this arrived. It was a Christmas present for me, bought by a friend, and as soon as it come there was a mound of snow just outside the house, and I just couldn't resist trying it, and we went over this mound and it was like, freedom. It just wasn't sliding, wasn't slipping, wasn't sticking, just like the normal chair. Normally when it rains, snows or anything like that, I am housebound. Simple as.
And how frustrating can that be? Because you got young kids.
It's very frustrating because obviously we had a couple of weeks of snow over Christmas and it's just depressing. Okay, I can't get out very often, but when I do get out, I do like to go out, and as you can imagine, when you're stuck in and you know all the family are going out having fun, going sledging or whatever, and you can't go because your wheelchair won't handle it, you can imagine the difference this baby's made for me.
And how did you find out about this? Where are these things from?
They're from Arizona, a company called tankchair.net. The chap's wife got paralysed in a car accident and she was disappointed not being able to go where she wants to go, and he decided to make a tank chair, the Mark 1, this is the Mark 2, and from then the company's taken off helping people like myself get our independence and, as they say, unleash life's limitations.
Okay, so you were telling us about the company, and you found out about these and you wanted one.
Well, I've seen one online. I thought they were obviously a practical joke to begin with. Somebody just put some robotic tracks onto with a wheelchair seat on top as a prank, photoshopped a picture. But I later found out that it was the real McCoy, and a friend of mine wanted me to have a new chair to replace me everyday chair, power chair, and she saw it, and you're getting one. I was like, don't be silly, I can't accept that. No, I'm getting it you for Christmas. I tried to refuse, but they wouldn't have it, and they got it for me, and believe me, it's the best thing I've ever been bought in my life.
Jim, you were just describing what it feels like, what it means to you to be able to go places you couldn't.
You can't, words can't explain it. The feeling, you can see by the videos of me on the beach and that, it's just given me a life back. It's given me the freedom to go where the children want to go. And to be able to get out and explore the world, which I normally wouldn't be able to. I used to be a very outdoor person before my back went on me and my spinal problems and arthritis and one thing and another started to take my mobility off me. Now it's as if it's given me that life back which I miss, which I used to have. And I can get out into the great outdoors again, get on the beach, go for a paddle with the kids on this, and unfortunately they won't let me.
Okay, so tell us about that. So you opened this, you got it for Christmas. You presumably rang the authorities to check it was okay, and what did they tell you?
Well, I first I looked on the line. I couldn't find anything for tracked wheelchairs with a DVLA and everything. Could find mobility scooters and so on and so forth. Imagine being a normal wheelchair, it wouldn't be a problem or anything, but I contacted the police, Dorset Police, Inspector Matt Butler, and he arranged an inspection with his inspectorate team, and they measured it and everything and found out and weighed it for us. They've come to a conclusion that it's 21 centimetres too wide. They're only allowed to be 85 centimetre wide invalid carriages. This one is 106 centimetres wide, and it's 21 centimetres over the width which is allowed for an invalid carriage. As for the weight side, they weighed the tank chair as well, and it'd be 220 kilos. Now, the invalid carriage laws state they can only be 120 kilos. It's almost as if they need to put a category 4 on the invalid carriages, and even if they wanted me to check that I was okay to drive it and operate it, or call it, if I was okay to drive it, operate it, call it what you wish, in public, they would like to see me driving safely on it, then I would be happy to do it. But as it stands, because my licence has been revoked for medical reasons, they're saying I need to take a military-style special licence test for a tracked vehicle, so I'm able to use it on the road. But because my licence has been revoked due to a medical condition, hence why I need the wheelchair, they're saying that I basically can't take the test which is needed for me to be able to operate it on the road, on the beach, or anywhere else. I cannot physically take it anywhere public, including bridleways out on the farm here. Anywhere where the public go, it needs to be licensed and enforced. It's absolutely ridiculous.
So Jim, what you're saying is that they've said to you that you need a tank licence. You haven't even got a driving licence. They're telling you need a tank licence.
A special licence to be able to drive a tracked vehicle. It's category H on the driving licence, but you need to be able to have a provisional or a full licence to take the test. But as they revoked my licence because I've got medical conditions, which they say affects my driving, but my doctor different, I'm unfortunately even allowed to take the test.
What do you think about that?
I think they should extend the limits to accommodate the tank chair. What's 21 centimetres? What's 100 kilos? I do apologise. What's 100 kilos? It's absolutely nothing. If I was 100 kilos heavier on a normal chair, it would be the same weight. It seems absolutely crazy. The press have picked up, obviously, on my story. It's been seen all around the world, New York, so on and so forth. And everyone's saying the same. Why deny him his right to freedom?
And does it seem to you that just the bureaucracy can't keep up with technology? They've invented something new, but the law's lagging behind.
That's it. Technology changes all the while. Now, a lot of the weight in this isn't so much the chassis, it's the size of the batteries needed to power it. We've got 2 horsepower, 1 horsepower each on the motors. It's got to move a lot of weight, especially with myself. So you can't go with little batteries like on mobility scooters. They're big. They're the biggest the company make. It needs power. Power's weight with batteries. I can't control the weight. The tracks need to be wide, otherwise they would sink in the mud and the sand and the sea. Why deny me my freedom?
How frustrating is it to be given this freedom, to find this and to be given a new lease of life, and then for it to be, that freedom effectively to be, well, not taken away, but restricted?
Terrible. Terrible. I was in tears over Christmas over it. It's obviously I got my freedom back, went on the beach, went out in the woods and everything with the family, and then all of a sudden someone takes that back. It's like becoming disabled again and not being able to walk.
Tell us what you're under threat of if they catch you out and about with this.
Sir Matt Butler has turned around Dorset Traffic Police and told me technically if I'm to take this even on the footpath, I'm going to be arrested. I could be arrested, taken to court on driving offences, and technically they can take the chair and crush it. It's so wrong. He's basically is going to contact the Criminal Prosecution Service, VOSA and the DVLA and a couple of other departments to see whether it would be in the public interest to prosecute me if I was to use this in public places. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed because we know it's not in the public interest to prosecute me.
OK, you had to take tests with it, yeah? You had to take tests with the police, and what did those show?
The inspection with the police itself found 21 centimetres too wide. It was 100 kilos overweight, and the maximum speed of it was 3.8 miles an hour. They had the speed radar guns on me. It was going too slow to pick up on that. They had to do time over distance over 30 metres on a straight run to work out the speed. It come out 3.8 miles an hour. So technically it's a class 2 invalid carriage with the laws. But because of the weight of it, so on and so forth, it's gone up to it, and because it wants to need to be able to use on the road and the paths, it needs tailboard, lights, this, that and everything else. It's technically a class 3, so, but it's coming out of that range. The speed's okay, but the weight and the width isn't.
Right. Emma, tell us, how excited Jim was when he first got it. First of all,
when it first came, he was just like a kid at Christmas. It was like all his Christmases had come at once. It was just, he was so excited. It just meant so much to him. To be given it as a present, it just made his life.
How important is it to Jim to be able to do things like this, the beach, the countryside? How important a thing in life to him is that?
It's really important because it's something he used to do and we all used to do, and then to have to stop doing it, and because we didn't want the children to go without, I would still take them out and you'd be leaving him at home sort of laid up in bed because he'd come with us. So to be able to do that again now, it's just so uplifting for him. It's just given him such a sense of like he can do it again now, and he's having fun with us, and we can be all together and do it now and enjoy it.
So it must be a big knockback to be told, not you can't use it at all, but you are restricted in what you can do with it. To suddenly get that sense of freedom back, and then to be say, hang on, you can't do this, you can't do that, must be very frustrating.
Yeah, definitely. Just down to red tape saying, oh well, it's too wide, and I mean at first they were scratching their heads and they sort of like, oh well, we've not seen anything like this before. Didn't know what to do about it, like it and that, and then now it's like it's too wide and it's this, that and that, and it's just all the red tape with it. It's disheartening, yeah. So we need to find some private land for him to be able to use it on for now, and then see when he gets his licence back.
And hope the law catches up with the technology, because that's what's happened, really.
Yeah, it is. It's like Jim has said, it almost needs a category 4 for all other vehicles, because it's saying, right, well, you can have that, but if it's a little bit too big, then you can't have it. So they're basically saying disabled people aren't allowed to have a life. They can't do different things. They're set into that category and that's it.